Good morning and good morning, Janet P. Janet, I want to tell you, it's very funny. You are a blessing to me in ways that you don't know. I had a very good friend. There goes the notification. I had a very good friend named Janet P. And probably we had a disagreement about something. And actually, it wasn't a disagreement. I don't know. Well, anyway, she just kicked me to the curb. And Spirit was like, your time is over. You got to just move forward. So when I saw Janet P, I was like, wow, okay, I got her back in a different way. Hello. And so very funny when my daughter saw you and that you graciously supported her small business. No, it wasn't you. She's like, oh my God, I thought it was the other Janet. This is a different Janet. I'm like, yes. So, sometimes spirit takes a person away and then you get a different version of that or a different person. So to lose one Janet P and to gain this new Janet P, such a blessing. So thank you so much. And I thank you for your support. I see you on my YouTube channel, watching my Tarot Tuesday or Tarot Tuesday on Wednesday and all those things. And so I really appreciate it. And I want to thank all of you who support this channel with a special heart to Janet P. Thank you for all of you who support this channel. Those of you who will watch it later, I appreciate you. Thank you. And those of you who are joining, because I just saw the notification. And I want to begin right now, tomorrow. So starting tomorrow, usually I do Pastor Minnassa's Sacred Space. And then on Tuesday, I do Tarot Tuesday. And I post on YouTube and every now and again on TikTok. So I won't be doing any of those things this week. I will be on holiday. And so my beautiful friend Judy, who was the matron of honor in my wedding, my matron of honor, called and said that her IBS was flaring up and she'd gone to the doctor. She's getting the antibiotics that she needs. And Judy is an amazing woman. And over the last 2 weeks, she's been doing the most, doing too much. And so I told her, we're going to go on this trip. You go on and rest. Will you be open to receiving some Reiki energy from me? Which, of course, she said yes. And so just right now, Janet P., I'm going to invite you to join me. And those of you who watch later, even if you watch it later in the day or you watch it Sunday, join me in this moment. Thank you. Thank you. I'll let Lily know what you said. Yes, the items you got from Lily's shop are wonderful. I'm actually wearing one of her bracelets right now. So if you would join me in just holding space for Judy's healing. Say, why? Because you want to travel with her? Of course. And I want her to feel better. She's an amazing woman. So we'll just take this moment. And while we're here, this is a safe, sacred space, calling upon angels of love and light, of healing, love, and protection to surround and create a container of protection, of divine boundary. And that everyone who watches this, and even for myself, that we are guided, guarded, protected, and divinely directed. And that now we are all holding space. Thank you, all holding space. And I'm going to get my Reiki energy and just sending healing right now from where I live down the 14 on over to Judy Street, outside our house, just surrounding our house, then infusing that house, going to her bedroom, infusing her with healing power, touching that sacral chakra, which is where intestines and things are, touching that sacral chakra. That she gets rest today. And even when she feels better, that she continues to rest. Love and light to you, my sweet friend Judy. And so it is. And thank you so much, Janet. And so, hello, and welcome to Tarot Talk with Minnassa, the Diva of Divination. And I cannot tell you, I'm excited about going on vacay. I was during the pandemic. There was this man I used to follow. I still follow him on TikTok. And he would just be calling out people that didn't get their vaccinations. And I'd be like, "That's right, you just ruining it for everyone else." And I had COVID prime. I had the original COVID, the weakest I have ever felt. I mean, I had to get away because I gave it to Lily and I gave it to my wife Gail, and so we were basically all in a different bedroom. And I was in the guest bedroom off the kitchen. And to even go to the kitchen, I had to walk from the guest bedroom. There's a couch right there. Sit on that couch, get my energy back, and then cross to there's a chair, sit in that chair, get my energy back, and then go into the kitchen. Judy, my matron of honor, Carolyn, Gail's matron of honor, bought food to us. Mark and Gabe, my God, we wouldn't have made it without those people. So Mark and Gabe went to the store and bought groceries, wouldn't take a dime from us the first time. I demanded they let us cash out them some money. But I mean, bought the groceries. Like, I know you guys are weak. We're going to bring the groceries in the house. I'm like, no, you're not stepping foot in this house. Just leave it at the door. I appreciate it. And then you had to drag it in. And so, all this to say, there's this really handsome Southeast Asian man on TikTok who's a doctor, and he be calling out people. I'm like, yeah, you better get your vaccinations. And so now he's on there talking about, COVID's not over and we need to be careful. And if you don't want to hear this, keep scrolling. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm hugging my mama this year. I'm going to travel this year. Now I am vaccinated and all that stuff. I didn't get boosted. I'm sick of getting shots. I work at the hospital, so I had to get the flu shot. So I'm like, I had enough of shots. I done had COVID prime. I had Delta, and I had Omicron. Victory of Light on April 9th in Cincinnati. Oh, good. So I'm like, But yeah, be careful. But it's in healing energy to everybody. And so, yeah, I'm laughing. So I'm so excited. So you won't see me on Sunday. You won't see me on Tuesday. But I will be back next Sunday with Minnassa's Sacred Space. And so everything you need to know about today is in the show notes, how you can connect with me. I'm asking you to connect with me across my social media. So if you don't already, please go to my podcast and follow, subscribe, and like. I don't know what it is, okay? I am still a boomer. So go over there. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do that. I got a couple other things, and so I've got that in there. I'm thinking about getting the paid version of this StreamYard. And so I'm asking you to help me by buying me a cup of coffee. And you don't know how hard it is for me to even say that. But you know what? I'm in a new, hey, Mina. I'm in a new space. And I'm asking for help. So if you can buy me a cup of coffee, I am letting you know. I don't drink coffee, I drink tea. If you buy me a cup of tea, that money will go to upgrading my StreamYard. What else do I need to tell you? That I love you all and I appreciate you. Oh, so you're going to see me more on Instagram. You're going to see me more here. That's part of this Aries energy. Happy New Year. Happy astrological and energetic New Year. We are in this Aries energy and it's just do it. Move. Time for action. So you're going to see more of me here. You're going to hear me say and schedule a reading with me more. You can get a reading. You can get Reiki. I'm letting you know. Minnassa's in business, and my business is tarot reading. It's actually spiritual guidance through tarot and healing through Reiki. And so I'm just going to be up in these internet streets, letting y'all know. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the Akashic Tarot. And then I'm going to do many readings from this deck. I love this deck. And so the tarot deck of the day is the Akashic Tarot. And I probably should have put a link to that in the show notes. And then what I'm doing is that I'm choosing a YouTube channel to feature. And so today's YouTube channel that I'm featuring is in the show notes, and it's Red Lentil Healing. Now, there are a group of people that have like 10,000 followers on YouTube. And I call them the cool kids of tarot. And I began watching them and I thought, okay, there's some things here that I can emulate and some things that I can't, but I wanted to get a tarot reading from someone who does not know me, from someone who I haven't said hi to in these chats. And so Red Lentil Healing, I reached out to her. I scheduled through her thing and did a reading. And for me, just like I'm a preacher, so when I watch other people speak or I'm a professional speaker, I'm analyzing how did they put together? Are they prepared, as well as receiving the message? So it's often hard for me to go to another tarot reader. And that's why I wanted someone who reads tarot, because I know that system, because oracle cards can say anything. And I have a ton of them, so I'm not hating. But I wanted to see her connection to the tarot. And for someone who didn't know me, awesome, well prepared, professional, well connected, gentle, even in delivering some stuff like you half-ass listening to your guides, ain't you? Ow! Yes, okay. Hey, Renee. And so just doing all those things. I know, Janet P, you got me. I appreciate it. And so, but she also just has such a sweet and gentle spirit. I love her when I see her on the Big Kids channel, and she has her own channel, Red Lentil Healing. So please support. Ooh, Lord have mercy, having all these lights on. Okay, let me turn on the fan now. Ooh, okay. So that is my YouTube channel for the day. um, Are you talking about Red Lentil Healing, Janet P? Yeah, you've probably seen her. You know who I'm talking about, Adrienne. She is so wonderful. And so please support her channel if you don't already. And thank you for all the things that you do to support me. Let's just take a minute to become present. And let's do that again. And let's do that again. And so today, oh yes, yes, Janet P. She does have a very good sense of humor. And so I'm inviting you to go on over there. So again, today, the tarot deck of today, of the day, is the Akashic Tarot. And so how is this a tarot deck? Well, because it has a major arcana and a minor arcana. Now, this is not based on the Rider-Waite tarot, but every tarot deck doesn't have to be. But this is a tarot deck that has a major arcana and 4 suits that make up the minor arcana. So this is a 62 card deck, where the traditional tarot is 78 cards, because their suits go from ace to 8 and then king and queen. So there's no 9, 10, page, or jack. And I've had this tarot deck in my Amazon wish list forever. My daughter has the deck already. My wife Gail has the deck already. And then once I finally bought it, actually a student of mine gave it to me as a gift. So I returned hers because she's a single mother. I'm like, save your money, Gail. And so I want to go through this tarot deck. Very powerful deck, very intriguing and inviting images. And so again, it's a tarot deck, not based on the Rider-Waite images. So like Rider-Waite, you know, you have the 7 of cups in the Rider-Waite and the 7 of waters and another thing, and the 7 of flow and the 7 of oceans. And like I have one that's the 7 of shells, right? So anything water related on those decks, you can at least get an understanding of its initial meaning and its initial foundation from the traditional Rider-Waite. But not all decks are like that. So I wanted to go over this beautiful Akashic Tarot, also my Dreams of Gaia deck, which I think is like 100 and something cards, because it has a longer major arcana, and it changes the way it does the minor arcana, but it's still a tarot deck because why? It has a major arcana and a suit of minor arcanas. So let's start with this beautiful deck. And then I'm going to do many readings from this deck, but I'm going to have to use the book because again, I don't use it that often. I don't know why. It will be featured in my daily dose of Minnassa. Yeah, let me give a plug for that. Not shameless, because I don't have anything to be ashamed of. I have a daily tarot text that goes out. It's called a daily dose of Minnassa, and it is either tarot or oracle cards in which you get an intuitive, from me, message every day to inspire you, to motivate you, to encourage you, and to equip you to live your life from a spiritual place, embodying your spirituality. And this is a dose of me to get that. And so you can also check that out on my page. But the Akashic Tarot will be featured for the next few days while I'm on vacay. Okay, so what are the 4 suits? So the 4 suits of the Akashic Tarot are the keys, the scrolls. There we go. So let me do this. I think the keys, the scrolls. Now, I was going to try to do this as a PowerPoint, and the week just got away from me, especially trying to pack and jump. Forces, and then roses. So I have my little thing here to remind me. So what does the suit of roses represent? So the suit of roses comprises relationships and emotions, family, children, home, personal, inner conflicts, and communities in life. And so that's what that represents. The scrolls reflects the world of the mind, communication, and study, based on the ancient Hebrew and Aramaic words for scroll, seper, and sepra. That also meant book and reading. Let's see what I got here. The suit of keys represents values, wealth, success, worth, abundance, career, authority, confidence, achievement, and power that you can experience and express your life. And then our last one, the forces, is all about energy, consciousness, and natural law. And so, very interesting. I used to get readings with this card from Gabby and Lily all the time. And then what the king and queen. So I thought I'd share an image of the queen of forces. And then the king of roses. They give you that image. But I want to spend some time going through the major arcana, because it's very different, of course, from the traditional tarot deck. So there are 22 cards in this, where there are 22 cards in the Rider-Waite, but the Rider-Waite starts with 0, which is the Fool, and ends with 21, which is the World. But this card actually starts with number 1 and goes to 22. And I want to wish you all a happy belated April Fool's Day, and check out my post on Instagram when I talk about the Fool. You know, the Fool was the person who could speak the truth to the king. Usually a fool would be in the jester suit, and they could speak truth to power because there was always a little joke there. And so being able to do those things. And so look at the energy of the Fool, and with this Aries new moon, to move forward, to be in action, to be powerful, to do it. All right now. So these are the 21 cards, the 22 cards of the tarot, of the major arcana for this deck. So the first card, number 1. And I remember that Katie told me, hold it close to me. So this is the Oracle of Delphi. This is card number 1, the Oracle of Delphi. And of course, you know, the Oracle of Delphi, if you saw, what was it, 300? This is Sparta, right? Going to this priestess, going to this person who represents the God, getting a higher message, connecting and seeing things from a higher purpose. Number 2 on this deck, the Akashic Library. And this is about getting a universal information. I just want to hold the book, connecting to that. And so, you know, the Akashic Records are a universal library that has all that has happened and all that will happen. And you say, well, is my future under the control of something else? No, because it has every possibility, which is awesome when you think about it. And so again, these first 2 cards are inviting the person who is reading them to get a higher perspective, to tap into a higher, a universal, to connect with your guides. Card number 3 is the mighty Archangel Gabriel. And of course, Archangel Gabriel brings messages from the divine. Archangel Gabriel is the speaker, the voice of the divine. The 4th card is the Bait card, or birth. Now, I have an Ascended Master deck that has these, that has Hilarion, who is an Ascended Master. And when you get a card like this, again, this is letting you know, try not to hold it with 2 hands. Here we go. There we go. That this is an invitation to step into communication with the Ascended Masters. You know, I made a change In my tarot readings, I was wanting to offer a week ahead reading and a month ahead reading, right? So that people could really connect with the energy, understand the power that you and I have in creating our lives and to connect into that energy. Well, I had a coaching session, like people not interested in that. Not that they're not interested, but not interested in that way. So changed my readings back to timed readings. But really, the whole point of tarot is about connecting with higher energy, connecting with ascended masters, touching with your divine self. Card number 6, the divine physician, talking about healing. Number 7, fated meeting. Number 8, another mighty archangel that I work with all the time, Archangel Raphael, healing. You see, it's probably a little hard to see, is pink and green, is healing of the heart chakra. Number 9, the mighty archangel protecting, and the archangel of Kiev in Ukraine. Number 10, light of the world. Are you opening the door to the light of the world? Are you making room for the light of the world? The Ark of the Covenant, the power of the divine. How are you tapping into that? The scribe, the Buddha prepares, stepping into that Christ consciousness energy or that Buddha energy, taking that time to meditate and connect. Here is another ascended master, Saint Germain, and the initiation of Saint Germain. Card number 15, the Muse. The card my daughter used to get all the time. She was so sick of this card, but caught in the ruins, stuck in the past, stuck in old energy. The lookout, asking you to get a higher perspective. Up in the air. Again, are you connecting? Are you grounded? And then the power of this, taking time to reflect. Reflection. Card number 20, we're almost to the end. Will, wisdom, and mind. And then another archangel here, and the Sphinx. Ariel, the lioness of God. Oh no, this is Uriel. And the Sphinx. And then this card, which is ADSUM. So this is a very powerful deck, and I invite you to take the time to look into it. Now, one time I was called a temptress for sharing my decks and tempting people to buy them, and I get it. I got some decks and was moaning to Gail about what was going on with my money. Then I thought, well, how am I going to be bringing these new tarot decks in here? And I've been moaning about where my money's at. But I did anyway. So, you got to take that time to reflect, take that time to connect, and then buy tarot cards as they are within your budget to do so. And then you just embody that energy of abundance, embody that energy of fluid flow, embody that energy of honoring the energy exchange of money. And then you will have that flow. And so here we go. I've got the deck, which I'm shuffling. That's very funny. If you know my Tarot Tuesday reading, I don't shuffle it on camera. I do it ahead of time in the morning. I take a picture, I create the images, and then I show them. And so one of the people on the Cool Kids YouTube was like, I want to see my tarot person show up with the cards. And I'm like, I ain't going to do that. But I shuffle them today, of course, because I need to mix the cards up. So let me know if you'd like. I'll do a 3-card reading, but I will have to use the book. Let me know if you would like to have a mini reading this morning. And I appreciate all of you for being here. I appreciate all of you that come later. And these, you can see the cards, they're bigger, these are more oracle size than traditional tarot sizes. These cards, fit in my hand like this. They're a pretty big size card. Well, let me begin. Let's talk about the energy. All right, Janet P. Let me get you, Janet P. Let me pull some cards to see what the energy of this month is. As we're stepping into April, we're stepping into a new moon in Aries. And then at the end of this month, Pluto goes retrograde and we step into eclipse season. All right, so I'm going to get you, Janet P. And at first, what is the energy of this month? What is the energy of this month? All right, I will pull a card. Shantae, hey. Welcome. All right, so the cards for the energy of the month are the Queen of Keys, the One of Roses, which is commitment, and then the Six of Roses, which is the War of Roses. Here we go. So let's see what the Queen of Keys. So Shantae, I don't understand your question when you're asking how much. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, I love this. No worries, Shantae. No worries. No. Ain't nothing to be sorry about, girl. Ain't nothing to be sorry about. Your little mini reading is free. I'm using my newer deck. So I love it. So here we go. So this is the energy of the month with the Queen of Keys. This is about moving in authority and power, and of course using that divine feminine, but looking for ways to expand. So if you have a business, if you have a new project that you're wanting to work on, this is the time to move forward with this. And so we're wanting for you to use this. And then the roses. So this is about commitment, about paperwork, about getting things official. Do you have a plan? Now, I don't like writing a whole bunch of stuff down, but do you have a plan? Right? It's one thing for stuff not to be a fantasy. Right? Oh, I want to be powerful and I want to live my best life. But every day I sit in my room and I don't do anything about that. Instead of taking the classes that I need, I just sit in the room and scroll through TikTok and Instagram and get on these YouTube channels, right? And part of it is very similar that many of us who are in this business, who do tarot readings, who are entrepreneurs, we have that war within ourselves. This thing, this gift that we have, we would give it away. But our purpose here is to use it as our business. And a lot of there is that conflict. And so the month of April is about stepping in that power, getting your business in order, getting your papers together. But don't be conflicted. Don't let those old feelings of, this is my, no. Don't be conflicted. Clear that out. You being powerful, you being mighty, you being perfected and embodying your power and your magic is what this month is about. And when you feel conflicted, release and let go. Release and let go. All right, so here we go. Janet P., let's get your mini reading. And then I will get you next, Shantae. Oh, Janet, I am liking this. Let me take a look at. You got the Queen of Roses. Archangel Raphael, and then the King of Roses. So I'm liking that. So the roses are about relationships, it's about emotions and family, and then communities in your life. And I love Archangel Raphael. So what I really see is this is about your mini readings, about stepping into a balanced way of using your healing gifts. That the Queen of Roses and the King of Roses, that this is about that Shiva Shakti energy. You know, that it isn't that your nurturing gifts, your magical gifts, but that divine masculine is about getting a plan. You know, pull out the spreadsheet, right? So get those things in order, that to use your gifts in a mighty way, in your feminine way, doesn't mean that it can't be orderly. You know, say, well, I'm just gonna go with the flow with spirit. Look at the what spirit has a look at it, look at roses, right? Look at roses, look at animals, look at trees, look at the human body. There is a design, there is a purpose, there is a plan. And so going with spirit doesn't mean just you know, it's about having a plan. And your healing gifts are ready to move forward in a new way. And I don't know if there's a hesitancy on your part to say, well, I want to do this, or you know, I've got these certifications, but I don't like talking about them, or I don't want to be putting on a show. Girl, put on a show. Get your papers out there. Let folks know this is the time. Come in that Shiva Shakti energy. So Shiva, Lord Shiva of Hinduism, bringing that balance, bringing that sometimes harsh look to things, and in harmony with Shakti, that divine feminine presence that is high up and all around. So the healing work that you want to do, as well as the healing that, so there's two things. The healing work that you want to do, you need to bring it to an elevated position, but just because it's elevated doesn't mean it doesn't have a plan and a purpose. And then there's healing that comes to you, healing for you. And so with Archangel Raphael, pink and green. So let there bring some healing to your heart. I just see, like, not that there's big wounds, but just little, like little things. So listen to some 639 hertz music and let that healing flow. Let that healing go. So I don't know if you grew up with a person who was very controlling, and so that's part of your like, you know, I don't need a plan. I'm just gonna go with the flow. But I grew up in a very controlling family. But there comes a time where our gifts need to be recognized by us, organized by us, and presented by us in a way that is clear and with clarity. And so listen today to some 639 hertz solfeggio music. Get your rose quartz or your green aventurine and just really spend some time sitting still, letting the last of that heart healing happen. And then you are ready to move in power and poise. Oh, Janet, I'm excited about that. All right, Shantae. So if everyone knows me, I'm going to be a good steward today. But, you know, I don't like doing love readings because love, you don't need tarot cards for love. Love is about connecting to your own self and knowing your value. If you like some boy or woman and you want to know if they like you, tarot cards are not going to tell you. You've got to be bold. You've got to walk up to them. And so, but Shantae, because you're new, let's see what's going on with Christian. And let's see. But honey child, if Christian don't like you, there are plenty more people who will love you because you are a valued and beautiful goddess, a divine feminine energy moving through this world, and your gifts and your talents. I say I don't even need to touch I'm holding the cards, but make room for you. So value yourself today. Before I even pull your cards, your guides are saying, do something good for yourself today. Love yourself today. Get your favorite cup of coffee or get your favorite ice cream or nerd out like I like to do and get in the chair in the house and read your favorite book or get your magazines. So the first step on this love reading is to love yourself. Know your value. Say yes to yourself and make room then for more love to come to you, for you are worthy of being loved. You are loved, you are lovable, and you are beloved. And so move in that energy when it comes to your interactions or moving forward in this relationship with this young man that has your attention. So let's see what we've got here. All right, so we've got these. We've got the Five of Scrolls, which is diversity. The King of Scrolls. And then again, the One of Roses showing up, which is about commitment. Oh, excuse me. So let me see. Let me see. The Five of Scrolls I'm not familiar with. I want to make sure. All right. All right. All right. I am liking this. Let me see. I'm liking this. I am liking this. Let me just look at your last card. I am liking this. This is giving me a good feeling about a love reading. Oh, okay. So I like this. So the Five of Scrolls is diversity. So this is about diversifying your interests. So what, and then you have the King of Scrolls. So I would say there's definitely a man who is interested in you, but the one that you want is a man who is a man of commitment, not someone who wants to play around and, call you up at 11 o'clock at night and say what you're doing because you know what he's trying to get, but someone who will call you, text you at 11 a.m. and say, I'm just thinking about you, sweetie cakes, or send you roses, or take you to your favorite place, or maybe just give you a Snickers bar because that's his favorite candy. And he wants to give you something that you like. And so this is the time to diversify. Do you always go for the same type of guy? Diversify, have a wider field. There is a man who is interested in you and will be on his way to you, but you've got to have the eye to see him. He doesn't look or act like your regular type. And this is a chance to diversify, to open up and be prepared to receive a new type of divine masculine energy, a type of energy that is empowering, that is receptive, and that is honoring of you for who you are. And so Christian may be that person, but again, take a step back. Take a step back and say, is this, do you like Christian because he checks off the boxes of what people think you should have, or he makes your heart sing? You feel happy when you are together. That's the new energy. And this is the new diversify. I used to like tall, light-skinned brothers, so I dated Lily's dad. I had another 6 foot plus tall, light-skinned brother, and then I got me a little short, chocolatey husband, right? And so now I got me a beautiful light-skinned wife, right? Yeah, love my girlie. But sometimes you got to be willing to do something different. So no, I'm always gonna get me a light skin, then I got me a chocolatey, and then in my heart, I'd always loved women, and then along came this beautiful woman. And so be prepared, Shantae, in this journey to be willing to diversify. Smell the roses. Maybe you like red roses, but take a look at these yellow roses or these white roses or these purple roses. Be open to love coming to you in many ways. And then be able to do like the females do, or the females do in nature. They get to pick from the best of the pack. They don't just take the first guy that presents. And then the men in nature are all, that's why the male peacock has all that beautiful colors, because he's trying to get the ladies' attention. So I think there's some very good things coming to you romantically. Open your heart and diversify what you like. And good luck to you, because it looks like some good things are coming your way. Begin with loving yourself. All right, very good. Oh, hold on, I brought my water in here. All right, I got Shantae and Janet P. And I say, Shantae, how many of y'all remember in the old ways you'd get a piece of paper and you write, do you like me? Yes, put a box so they can check it. And no, put a box so they can check it. Nowadays, when it comes to romance or even opportunities, we've got to be bolder about going forward. I had an opportunity at my work. I wasn't interested in it, right? I got a good job. I love it. Finally, my own little privacy. And then someone came to me and said, I think you should apply for this position. And they gave me this whole list of reasons. I thought, wow. Well, this person is so loving, right? They're so loving, so kind, so empowering. They're probably just being nice. You're welcome, sweet Shantae. They're probably just being nice. Well, then someone else came up to me about it, right? So look for the opportunities. That's what April is really all about. Opportunities coming and then moving forward, operating in that power. Now, if no one else wants a mini reading, I will release you with a mini meditation. I am going to get my whiskers taken care of and then my hair done today because I'm going on vacay. Got to be hot looking good. And so I am good to go. I do, again, let me show you the tarot deck. That is the tarot deck of the day, which is the Akashic Tarot, put together by Sharon Ann Klingler and Sandra and Taylor. I am so very grateful for their work. I enjoy this deck, and I'm going to have to use it for my own tarot pulls. And again, the YouTube channel for today is Red Lentil Healing. Go on over and support them like Janet P. and I do already. And I thank you all for being here. I thank those of you who will watch later. And let's just end this time as we step into this month. Thank you, Janet, as we step into this month to release the old, to release what was last year in our energy. And as we step into this new astrological year, to really move forward with boldness and peace. And so even now, I send you healing energy, healing of those last things, to releasing those things that no longer serve you, giving the opportunity to embody your divinity, embody your power, and walk forward in wholeness, body, mind, soul, and spirit. So let's just bring healing to your root chakra, your sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra. Just sending love and light to that system, cleaning your auras, sending love, blessing of the divine and the goddess. And so it is. Have a great day, all of you. See you on on April 19th, is that it? I think it's, let me take a look while I'll be saying stuff. April 16th is my next show. I'm going to have Cheyenne from Soothe Soul. So check her out. Part of what we're going to talk about is church hurt. That so many of us grew up in churches where our gifts were demonic. They were said they were bad. Women weren't accepted and empowered. And how does that affect us today? But this is a magical young woman. And I want to talk to her about that and so many more. Do you know she took a trip by herself to Jamaica? I'm just telling you, these young girls are out here doing it. And us older ladies need to follow their example and then lead the way. So join me on the 16th. My guest will be Cheyenne from Soothe Soul. And I will see you then. Have a beautiful day. I love you all. Bye-bye.